What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome to another Black Ops 3 Zombies Theory here today with this one. A lot of you guys may be new for this, and what we're going to be talking about is something that may blow your mind if you follow the Zombies storyline here with this. Today we got something that I think is relatively untouched in the Zombies lore and storyline, but it's something I think is very worth noting. And it may seem like a stretch during some of this, but that's why it's just a theory and nothing more at the moment. But let's get into this. Let's talk about the summoning key and what powers it exactly. The Shadow Man describes it as the most powerful artifact in this or any other dimension. What we know about it is that it once again is very powerful, but that it is a key source to the plan that Primus has, and we have theories that it is the key to cross-dimensional travel based upon quotes Richtofen has said to Nikolai on the Giant, referring to this after he steals the summoning key from the Keepers at the end of the Shadows of Evil cutscene for completing the Easter egg. We must note, though, that it is also very possible that this is not only the only summoning key that we've seen within Zombies. We discussed this a few days ago here on the channel. The Shangri-La loading screen was a place that potentially showcased two summoning keys in the same exact location, hinting at what would come years before it did. That's one connection there, but let's talk a different connection. Now, this one may seem like a little bit of a stretch, but it's the connection I want you to focus on here the most. Mob of the Dead. We know that there are connections between Shadows of Evil, that universe, as well as the universe of Mob of the Dead. We know that our characters are tied in, and there's many hints around the map, mainly buildings, audio quotes, and one I'm sure that you've seen at least once or twice is Icarus, the plane that the Mob of the Dead crew uses to escape Alcatraz. That can be found in the sky right after opening up Pack-a-Punch. But beyond some visual clues that I'm sure some anti-conspiracy theorists, if we want to call them that, will say, what more is there? Well, there's the theory that the universe is connected by more than just a developer's confirmation that we got way back in July. The bigger theory is that the Apothicans, the Keepers, and the Elders all have had a hand in the fate of the Mob of the Dead crew, but we'll save that for a different day. That's a huge story in itself. So, where are we going this? Well, we've established the connection that Mob of the Dead and Shadows of Evil is connected. That is something that we must know is a fact, but how does this relate to the summoning key? I want you to remember back to Origins, back to Black Ops 2 for the very first teaser of Origins. This, we got a little snippet of footage and of each of our characters close up. It was a new beginning of sorts that we could think of like this, where we got reintroduced to our four main characters. And for the first time ever, we got a connection back to a seemingly isolated narrative in the zombie storyline that related to our main storyline overall. That being the fact that Richtofen had 2 vials of blood on his attire for his origin self, and the interesting part is that those vials were marked 48-1B and 38-6A. Those, interestingly enough, were the inmate ID numbers for both a Sal DeLuca and a Finn O'Leary. And to this very day, we have absolutely no idea why we see footage of Richtofen holding vials of blood belonging to 2 characters in Mob of the Dead. Or do we? This is where we dive deep into speculation, and we need to pay attention to the things that fly right by us in every single game. When in Shadows of Evil, the summoning key is the absolute most needed thing to pick up, otherwise you can't upgrade, you can't do the Easter egg, it's an essential part of it. But let's talk rituals. The Shadow Man manipulates all of our characters into admitting their sins, as he puts it, and by doing so, they sacrifice an individual in their life that was key to them, and for what? So that we can acquire a Gateworm and Pack-a-Punch? No, it goes a lot deeper than that. Though the Gateworm is the most noticeable thing here after the ritual is complete, the ritual ends in a splash of blood. That part you may or may not have noticed, and it flows directly into the summoning key. So, there we have it. What powers the summoning key? Blood. Blood powers the summoning key, and that would explain so much. It could explain the links to Mob of the Dead in Origins, it could explain our link to Hell in Morgue City, where our characters are in Purgatory, leading to the same things, and it could explain that the dimensional travel that we see within the zombie storyline is not infinite, it is rather finite in its powers. Without a power source, Primus may be doomed to fail, and interdimensional travel can't happen here. So with that, my friends, I leave you there, and that's where we're gonna wrap this one up here today. I would love to hear your thoughts on this theory down there in the comment section down below. Do you think it's plausible? Do you think that blood is the power source here for the summoning key, or do you think it's something that is a little too far-fetched and we might be grasping for straws? Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comments, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, be sure to like rating down below. It really does help the video as well as the channel out, and if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 25,000 subscribers now. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name has been MrFijiWiji. I will see you guys later. Take care and peace.